Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining the valid anagram problem. So this is a Leetcode easy problem, Leetcode 242. So let's see first what an anagram is. So we can call a word an anagram of another word if we can form this word using the letters given in this word. So there are 3 A's, 1, 2 and 3. Here also there are 3 A's, 1, 2, 3. And there's N here, there's N here, G here, G here, R and M, R and M. So using all these letters we can form this word. Okay, so we can use the letters of S and we can form the word T. Okay, so it is a valid anagram. Let's see this example. In this example there's rat and car. So rat has 1 T extra and car has 1 C extra. So it is not a valid anagram, it's false. Okay, so let's see how to solve this problem. If we use a brute force method, then we would have to go through every single one of these letters in this word, and then also we'll have to check whether that letter is present in this word, so we have to use another for loop. So if we use brute force technique, then the complexity will be big O of n square. But we want to try and do it in big O of n. Okay, so let's see how to do that. So I'll just tell you a brief of how we can do it. We're gonna run a for loop through the first word and make a hash map of it. Secondly, we're gonna run the for loop again, and then whatever hash map we've made over here, right, for the first word, as soon as we find a match in that, we will subtract that letter from the second hash map. So at the end of the for loop, if the hash map turns out to be empty, that means it is a valid anagram. Otherwise, it's not a valid anagram. Also, one more thing is, the lengths of both the words should be equal. Otherwise, still it's not a valid anagram. So, this is my hash map. Now, I'll just tell you how to do it. So we have anagram, right? And we are going to create a hash map for this word, okay? So we have to go through every single letter in this word. First we have A, okay? So we'll add it to the hash map. And we'll maintain one count. The count is 1 because there's 1 A so far. Now we'll go to N. So let's add n to the hash map, and the count of this is also 1. Now when we come to the other A, we see that it's already there in the hash map, okay? So we won't add one extra element to the hash map. Instead, we will increment this count to 2, okay? Then we come here, G. G is not already there in the hash map, so G. We add and the count is 1. Then we check the next element, which was R. R is not there in the hash map, so we add R, okay? Next element A. A is already there and the count is 2. So now the count becomes 3, okay? And sorry, R is 1. Now we go to the next element, which is M. Is M there in the hash map already? No, so we'll add it to the hash map. Okay, so this is our initial hash map. Let's see how to do it through code now. The first condition that we have to check in this code is whether both the strings are of equal length. Okay, so first we check if s dot length is equal to t dot length. See, if it is not equal, right, initially, then we return false, because anagrams have to have equal number of letters, otherwise it's not an anagram. Okay, so the first condition is done. Now what we have to do is we have to make the hash map. For that, the code is for let alf as an alphabet of s. S is our first word. So what this for loop does is it will go through every single letter of S. Okay. So now what we do is we create hash map. So hash map of alf. Okay, so if hash map of alf already exists, let's say A is here, right? Let's say A is already there in the hash map. Then we have to use hash map of alf. Okay. If it is not there, then we should use 0. So I'll use OR and 0. And then we should add 1 to it. Okay, let me explain that. Okay, our first letter is A. Is not already there in the hash map. Now we are adding it. So hash map of alf will come as undefined. Okay. So undefined or 0. Out of undefined or 0, 0 will be chosen. So 0 plus 1, and this hash map will become 1. Okay, A and 1 will be in. It will be initially. Then we go to n. N is also not already there. So hash map of alf, hash map of n will be undefined. And out of undefined and 0, 0 will be selected. So 0 plus 1. So n will also become 1. Now when we go to A, hash map of A already exists. Okay. So what is hash map of A now? 1. So 1 or 0, it will pick 1. 1 plus 1 will become 2 now. So 2 is our updated value. So the same thing will happen for every single letter of this word. Okay. Now our hash map is ready for the first word with all the alphabets in it. Okay. So now what we do is we have our second for loop. So same like this, for let alf of t. Now we first went through all the alphabets in S. Now we go through all the alphabet in T. Okay. Let me explain it to you. Now our word is Nagram. Okay. So now we have to check if each letter of this anagram is there in this word. Okay. Let's take this example. First we'll create a hash map of rat. Okay. So hash map will have R, A and T. Now for the second for loop, we're going through car. So we go through car, and first we try to check if hash map of R is already there. Map of C is already there. We first try to check if hash map of C is already there in this, and C is not there. So we get to know it is not a valid anagram. So for that condition, we check if not of hash map of alf. If the letter doesn't exist in this hash map, that means it is surely not a anagram. So we return false. But let's say in this example, n is there in this word, right? So hash map of alf is already existing. So it will not return false, it will come out of this if condition. And we have to just do hash map of alf minus minus. Okay. So now after executing this for loop and this for loop, if the code reaches here, that means the anagram is valid. So we'll return true. But anywhere if false has been returned, that means it's not a valid anagram. The complexity of this algorithm which we wrote is big O of n. So we were able to bring it down from n square to n. Now let's see if this algorithm works in Leetcode. I've already typed the algorithm and kept it. So hash, instead of hash map, I've used the variable hash. Let's see if it runs now. It's running. Let's see if it gets accepted. Yeah, so it's getting accepted. That's it for this video, guys. If you learned something new and you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and that'll make me really happy. Also, if you have some doubts and suggestions, you can put it down in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer. Also, you can try the code by yourself. I'll leave the link to the code in the description. Thanks for watching.